Mike, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
For a messy lunch. It's, I sort of feel like we're old friends. Do you remember the first time you met me?
Yes.
Yes.
It was outside a bar close to the Moth Club. We were out on a terrace having a cheeky pint.
A cheeky pint.
And you walked in and said, "Hello, my name's Gizzi." And I was like, we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
So you never met before that?
No,
Okay.
because
So we met at the same time.
Exactly.
I had a
played-
cheeky gin and tonic though.
we played with her boyfriend's band,
Exactly.
Luxury
Oh, yeah,
Apartments. And then everybody just became friends that evening on the terrace.
And then saw you at the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, hang on. But I had met you before.
Oh, we had? We
We
did?
had, but no,
Oh.
but you would never have
Oh, no, no, no.
remembered. There was a big festival somewhere, not in this land, somewhere foreign, foreign land.
far away.
There was a moment that I was like, I know how much you're into food because I knew by proxy that you were friends with Magnus Nilsson.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna have to f***ing show my value
Yeah, no,
because
you
I
did,
know
you did.
he's really into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, and that's kind of how this friendship started. So we're here to have Sunday lunch. Have you had a British Sunday lunch before?
Sunday roast?
Sunday roast, yeah.
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Do you remember when the last time we were meant to meet for Sunday lunch?
We never had it together though.
No.
Don't you remember when you were meant to come around
But
to
it's
my
like,
house?
so,
Oh, yeah.
oh yeah.
And we took
Oh,
a
my
cab
fucking God.
an hour to the wrong city, and we knocked on this woman's door, and she's like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah, we're here for
Gizzi
Sunday.
here?
We're here for Sunday roast. He's like, no, you're not.
I brought you to Ireland. Ireland is part of my restaurant, which is Mare Street Market. It's sort of like above it, and it's run by two of the funnest chefs in the country. Tom Brown's a Michelin chef, Brad Carter also. And they've done a surf and turf concept.
Hello.
Hey.
Fill up a pew, come and join us.
How's it going?
Very good.
Yes.
Thanks for having us.
Always a love.
Very nice to
We've been like such good friends for such a long time.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we met. I think we're probably just as well.
It's funny. Yeah, probably. It's funny with like the restaurant thing because in London it's like everyone just kind of knows everyone, and you always feel like you met someone before you met them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like
So,
music
yeah.
friends. Sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
we've been friends for 20 years, and I have no idea how we met.
But also there's a funny thing like Pelle that sings at the Hives.
Yeah.
He always says, he call it the nod. So if you musician meet,
Yeah.
like you know that that's him or her,
Yeah.
but you don't know each other.
Yeah.
And you pass like you meet on the street or something, you go like,
Yeah.
nice.
Well, do you know what?
That's it.
It's weird you said it because there was this visceral moment in food
Yeah.
where all of a sudden, where we would have been obsessed with rock stars, all of a sudden, rock stars were obsessed with us. Do you remember that? There was like a moment
Maybe
in
for you.
time.
No,
Come on. And there would be times when people would come into our restaurants and they'd be like, and you suddenly start seeing the crowd change.
Yeah.
And what you actually like, I don't know. I mean, I'm still more obsessed with you guys than than any of us.
Mine was like I had like this weird moment because I'm from Cornwall, which is like southwest of England, like proper country bumpkin sort of thing. And then I come up to London and I open my own restaurant, and suddenly there's all these like famous people coming in, and it's just like, you know, you're moving in this mad circle. That like my first restaurant was called Cornerstone.
Yeah.
It's named after an Arctic Monkey song, and then Alex Turner sat there, and I was like, what the fuck? So it's mad. It's mad.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's exciting.
Anyway, we want to drink. Like, talk us through the cocktail menu. Like, how does this all work?
So when we
You
opened
drink it
Ireland,
and you get drunk.
Ireland's me and Brad Carter, who's sadly not here today. So he's my best friend, amazing guy, and we've done the whole Michelin thing, we've done all that, and but now we wanted to have someone that was just fun. It was just good fun, and everything was just geared towards that. So like, yeah, the cocktails are all just there. There's a lot of classics there. It's just stuff that's delicious, and it's the same with the food. You know, there's a lot of classics. There's nothing too wanky too. You know, when we were doing some of the development, we were chatting with the chefs, some of the young chefs, and we were just like, do you know what? This isn't right. We need to go again. We need to just be delicious. It's just delicious.
Do you think that there are any dishes that, bar the roast, that we should be putting our eyes on?
I love the chicken and mussel pate. So it's I mean, it's literally that. So it's chicken liver and mussels in the actual pate, like a parfait. The texture is just amazing. It's got like a little sort of pork jelly on top, and we serve it with little fried donuts. It's actually a little nod to Lee, you know, Black House thing. He used to do a donut filled with parfait, and that was so that's us. The prawn cocktail's amazing. It's got like a little prawn toast on the side. I think both of them kind of really like encapsulate what we do.
Yeah.
You know, fun, but also like refined deliciousness as well.
Yeah. Are you oysters fans?
Of course.
Fantastic.
Yes. Good.
I like refined deliciousness.
Yeah.
Let's get to the
That's
point.
the first time I've ever said it, and I'm never giving it
I
up.
know,
It's
like,
me now. Yeah.
Can we just like all sleep while I
that's
steal that?
That's good, because
That's kind of my
sometimes
ghost name. When we opened here, we didn't want to, you know, we don't want to price no one out. We just want the place full and for everyone to come from all different walks of life. You know what I mean? We don't want to just be on the bougie one. So we went for rump. It's like the top. It's they call it the picanha. It's like the top rum cap.
Yeah.
But because of the price of it, we do it with like a bit of braised cheek as well. So you get that kind of stewed. Do you know what I mean? It's like comfort food.
Yeah.
I think with the roast, it's like, especially in a restaurant, it should be one level above home comfort food.
Definitely.
Right?
We should say that you've been voted as one of the best roasts in the country, let alone London, several times over the last few weeks. By the way, how was St John yesterday?
Oh, amazing.
Was it?
Yes.
Is it your first time?
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes.
And like, because I obviously know, like, we bonded over people like Magnus, and you said that you love St John.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I used to work there. But like, you know, it's famous for being an offal restaurant, like eating all the odd cuts of meat. Like, so I know that you're invested in that, but where's your alliances lie when it comes to food? Do you eat everything?
I'm getting more, I think it's just exposure. It's sort of like when you have a music friend who has good taste in music. Sometimes you just have to have somebody show you the way. And ever since we've been together, he's very knowledgeable about restaurants, about cooking. So it's been really fun to kind of be exposed to this completely different sort of, it's not a subculture, but it's a different culture.
Do you know what? It is a subculture now. That's a really important word,
Yeah.
actually, because it totally brings to life what we were just saying.
Yeah. I mean, you see it. The way that the culinary world talks to each other is so similar to musicians.
Really?
Yeah, and that's
so
what's
cool.
really fun is that it's exposure to something else. And that's...
But I also think like music.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's gonna done.
She's like, I need to take a sip.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers these non-beers.
Did you say cheers these non-beers?
Yes. Anytime I don't drink
so
a beer
sweet.
or cheer a
Is it
beer
almost
with a
like
man,
praying?
I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
The amount of time
funny.
I've walked past my band cheering, I'm like, that's great, guys.
Yeah, I'm off to get my gin and tonic, thanks.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Beers for the boys.
Here are my drink tickets.
Yeah.
No, but I was saying like musicians and food go so well together. Like it's a lot of musicians love food.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they travel so much
Well, this is it.
that they actually like get to experience different sides of food.
Yeah.
And maybe if you come from a small town, because I mean, we grew up in like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
If I would have stayed there, it would have been so boring.
Yeah, I know.
So like playing music, like open up the way into food.
Let's go back to that. Like culturally, like, so what town are you from?
It's a small town in Fagersta, like a rural steel industry town called Fagersta. There's nothing going on really, but it had a lot of good bands came from there.
Yeah.
Music was one thing. You did either sports, hockey, or music. That's it, pretty much.
Did anyone else big come out of?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, we had a record label there that had. That's the way we kind of came about.
Yeah.
They picked us up, and they had a lot of bands. So there was. When I grew up, I had a lot of friends that was actually touring around Europe from the same small town,
brilliant.
which is kind of weird for being.
Not
like
you.
nowhere,
What
no.
are you doing here?
I mean, I think we have like 14 pizzerias.
Whoa.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah, so per capita
pizza is like the signature, the sort of national dish.
So our Sunday roast, it's a hangover pizza. Yes.
And when you say pizzerias, are they kind of like the American Domino's-y style?
No,
or they like proper?
They're thin ones, but they're not proper.
Not proper.
No.
They kind of like got their own Swedish identity.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
they're good. For hangover food, it's kind of the best, I think.
But on a Sunday, like you're at home, were you brought up with like an alternative? In Sweden, do you have a roast?
Yes, you do. But but it's more like a long cooked steak. So it'd be
wow.
steak, potatoes, and
Like a braise
and gravy.
almost.
Yeah, braised beef kind
Oh.
of, and put some kind of potato, gratin or like whatever potato, and
delicious.
then some kind of gravy.
And was your mother or father a good cook?
My mom was a great chef actually. She had different jobs, but towards the end she worked in the kitchen with
really?
with young with problem. Do you even say problem kids? No, but kids with
Either learning
difficulties.
problems.
Yeah.
Learning
So
difficulties.
future musicians and future chefs.
Exactly. We've never had takeout ever.
Never had takeout ever.
No, almost never. Like we never ate at restaurants. I guess if we went for a holiday we did, but a lot of it was just home cooked meals all the time.
Yeah.
So it rubbed off, and then. But I think it really took off when I started touring, and you went to Italy for the first time, and then like, wow, is this how it's supposed to be? And then you come home like, I want to do that.
What's the sort of classic Los Angeles Sunday lunch?
It depends, really. I mean, like right now, like you said, I think it's brunch, but really any Mexican food.
Yeah.
I grew up with 3 other siblings, so there's 4 of us. So by Sunday, my parents were tired of cooking, but like his family, my mom cooked every single night. So Sunday in general was okay, we're just gonna go take everybody out. And so once a week, we would always go to different restaurants, which was really fun, but it wasn't anything culturally set in stone.
But that's the thing I also love about Los Angeles is the fact that it's really like absorbed all the different cultural heritage and created its own as well. And I love the Mexican food.
So Mexican food to me is like unbeatable. That's the only thing when I go on tour that I truly miss.
Yeah.
But it's getting better. Like there's good Mexican food in Germany now.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly good in Germany. Actually.
It's gotten better.
Yeah, I also feel like you're very safe, like with anything which has got a taco and guacamole. It's a safe bet internationally.
It's like I've never had a bad French fry or donut. It's like
It's gonna be okay.
I still like it if it's bad.
Oh, speaking of which, we should probably order some food.
Yes.
Okay, so the whole deal here, which is a very rare for any of my friends, is I want you to order. I want you to order what you would naturally do.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say, I would definitely get 1 beef and 1 pork. Why don't we ask, like, we want the beef from and the porchetta for 3.
Yeah,
And we'll
yeah.
see what
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
do.
I prefer to eat like that anyway.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have FOMO.
Yeah, totally,
Food
I
FOMO.
agree. And then starters?
I think the Bloody Mary oysters sound pretty
Yeah.
good. And then
Should we try the donuts? Because I think they sound really fun.
And then we need to try the prawn cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
What's really interesting about what you were talking about is touring, right?
Yeah.
So touring must open up a whole world
Yeah, it
of
does.
other
Yeah.
eventualities. Like, so you said, do you think it was Italy for you that was that defining?
Yeah, I think you just experience food in different ways. Because growing up in a small town in Sweden, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's like one restaurant.
Yeah.
And I think for us, like getting into like the more kind of foodie food was when we started getting big, and then all the record labels and stuff want to impress you.
Well,
so
this is what I was going to ask.
So they took you out for fancy dinners, and you were like, "Wow, that's really good."
Do you remember your very first one of those, and where in the world you were?
Well, not really, but I think some record companies came to Sweden for the first time and took us to a really good restaurant. It was just beef and potatoes, but it was a good
Just
one. You
really
know?
well done.
And then you go like, "Yeah, I like this."
Yeah.
It wasn't easy eating good touring in in 90s, for instance. Like, it's kind of horrible, to be honest. And
Come on, tell me what that means.
Then, like, when you got to a venue, you would get, like, a piece of chicken and spaghetti.
Yeah.
And then, like, here's some ketchup. That, like, it wasn't always good, you know?
Yeah.
Spaghetti, ketchup, and chicken?
Yeah. I'm not kidding.
What's up with the ketchup?
And then and in our band, a lot of vegetarians, and they would go like, "Yeah, it's chicken, it's vegetarian."
Yeah.
You know? So
That's quite a very Central
Yeah.
European thing.
So it's kind of...
Tuna or chicken is definitely vegetarian.
But then something happened, kind of, and it's the hipster movement made touring, like, it flipped everything upside down. Because all of a sudden, you were able to get like good coffee everywhere.
That was the beginning.
Good
You're
croissants.
so right.
Yeah, good croissants everywhere, and they took it further. Like they were proud of whatever thing they did, and it wasn't necessarily fancy. You know?
Yeah.
So it was like good cooked food in a hipster way, and I think that changed, the game changer. It changed everything.
Well, I think, I can even imagine without even stepping foot out of Sweden, Stockholm was a great example of one of those food cities that, elevated itself but also knew how to keep its heritage. That amazing market where you get all of the fish and smorgasbord, but also you're eating like traditional. Is that really touristy? Yes.
No,
It's not.
It's not touristy at all, actually.
Really? Good.
No, it's people going
Didn't feel like
to
it.
get food for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then
we
also,
went there. It's a beautiful building, too.
It's beautiful.
Yes,
I always
stunning.
joke with him, there's like been no cultural appropriation of Swedish food in America. It's so good. And I think part of the reason why it hasn't caught on there is that it just looks so simple, but it's delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like very close. Like we were talking about the pickled fish thing. For me, it's such a big part of my upbringing because my mother's father was Polish, and and we had
pickled everything,
pickled herring, and but doing it with train, which is like a beetroot and horseradish, or I love. But in Sweden, they also include the tiny little prawns that are so sweet, the Atlantic prawns,
They're
which
very
I'm just
sweet.
like
so good.
And
So
also
good.
that cake I made for my social media last year. I made this cake that was actually it was savory. It was with loads of sour cream and cream cheese. But with all of the different bits
and
you
like
put on a
rye bread and
Exactly.
and herring and
Exactly.
and chives maybe.
So clever. I was just like, I'd rather we talk about our afternoon tea as British people. But that was just f***ing genius.
And
piece of
also,
work.
if you have a hard Sunday, or that's because it's so salty and
but it's great for the hangover as well. Just because we've only just started on our drinks, really. Are there drinking traditions that you have in either of your countries that are
in Sweden we just drink loads.
Parfait in a prawn cocktail.
One of my favorite bars ever. I think it's on the top 50 list. It's called the Red House in Stockholm.
In Stockholm.
They have a drink.
Oh my God.
Hampus, the creator of it all, he made a drink called I think it's called lemongrass.
It's incredible.
It's purified
Distilled.
cream. No, cream.
Cream.
So it's clear cream pretty much, right? And then it has a taste of the same the bison vodka.
Wow.
Kind of. And it comes with an ice cube with a straw of bison grass in it.
It's
it's unexplainable.
It's the only cocktail that I think about and I yearn for because
God.
it's indescribable.
I mean, I can't even imagine purifying cream. You just think that when there's no place, and I bet you it's a traditional thing. I bet you we look at it as a modern cocktail, but I bet you there'll be some tradition that's fucking worked that out years ago.
No, but that cocktail is just it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, you have one and you're kind of done because it is kind of heavy. But you drink it and see it as a clear drink.
Yeah, and it's memorable, and you don't want to drink it too fast.
No.
Even though it's so delicious, but every single sip
it's good.
it's sort of rich.
We have to go back.
So it's almost got the sort of viscosity or something, the richness of the cream somehow still in it.
And it's
sure.
clear, so it just what you're tasting. But it feels like magic.
Yeah.
This is why I like to eat. I'm not the best chef, but when people can create something like that and I have no idea how it happened, that's magical to me.
It is magical.
Somebody writing a song that just moves you.
Oh God, that's
I'm
such a
moved
nice
by
way of
beautiful
looking at
cocktails.
it. That's so generous and that's really great to hear because
It's true though, because I don't want to know how to do everything. I think having mystery and creation it's so exciting.
Yeah.
I don't want to know how they make it. I just want to enjoy it.
Yeah. Right? And that's true. I think, I'm going to walk away with that actually, because so often, I mean, I'm so frantic and frenzied half the time. It's actually being able to sit down and really enjoy.
But Swedish drinking is a lot of schnapps.
Yeah. But how do you drink schnapps? Do you drink schnapps before, during, and after?
Yes, all three.
All the way through.
Yep.
Jesus.
So there's no rules.
Yeah, we need to get you a glass of wine. I feel like
on a Christmas Eve or Easter, it's all the way through, from the beginning to the end. And then you sing a song, of course.
You sing a song each time you drink?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, should we do that later? Or do you want to do it now?
Maybe, yeah. No, but it's, and apart from that, I think a classic grog.
Thank you so much.
Gosh.
I'm going to be one sec. So sorry, I'm actually busting.
Stay with the food. I'm not mad. You snooze, you lose, suckers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers, these non-beers.
Delightful to have you.
Yes,
this
thank
is
you.
so nice.
So you go like this, and then you smell.
And then look, because it looks like look at the this is called legs, right?
Yeah.
And you want them to have long legs, which means long strips, which means it's got the right viscosity. It's a good quality wine. And
In
often,
Swedish, we say it's the tears.
the tears.
Yes.
of your hangover.
So depressing,
Yeah.
but also very
But it's
sweet.
happy tears.
I'm joking.
I'm crying because I'm happy. Can I say f***ing?
Yeah, I've said. about it.
Yeah, I f***ing hate natural wines. I think it's horrible.
I love them.
And she loves it.
I think it's so good.
Like what I want put like it's not better
Yeah,
than
but-
like it's just horrible.
He doesn't like.
By the way, I agree as well.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love a really big French, Italian,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
Spanish wine.
I
or
want
Portuguese.
I want casas on my wine bottle, not
Yeah.
like
Not like some kind of like weird like
it's just but
amoeba growing inside.
I get why people like it though, but it's too funky for me.
We've got to have one of these, by the
yes,
way.
yeah.
You got
Cheers.
Go
Skull.
Oh.
Oh my God.
yummy.
It's so good.
It's a good one, isn't
It's
it?
so good.
We sort of
Oh
feel
my
like we should have
God.
got more, and I should have listened to you.
Oh my god. I said 3 each, did I?
Yeah. Should we
I
go
ever
for a
have.
few more?
One more.
yeah, go on.
One.
I like this. This is good.
Is there alcohol in there?
I hope. What was it? It was chicken and
chicken parfait?
It's
Yeah.
just
with
so
mushroom.
yeah.
They've used the mussel in the same way that you would the chicken liver. Gum.
Very good.
Oh,
Thank you.
Cornbread.
wow.
Shrimp.
That is really bloody good.
So
That is insane.
do you eat this? May I have some of the fish?
Yeah, go.
Do you eat this together?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like it's got salt and vinegar.
Is it like tahine as well?
Yeah.
Like the lime is, it reminds me a little bit
Yeah,
of
it's got tahine or something,
Yeah.
exactly.
And,
But it's like I said, it's almost like a salt and vinegar crisp, but
Yes, very
it's
This is Swedish.
yeah, it's kind of like a little Swedish
Swedish.
shrimp.
I also rate
Oh my God.
in London. Everyone thinks it's the size of the prawn that matters.
No.
For me, it's not the size of the prawn. No pun intended.
Oh, I like the small ones.
No pun intended. But I
Oh my
love
God.
those smaller Atlantic prawns. They're my favourite.
Yes, this is so good.
What is going on in here?
It's absolutely whizzing all over the place, isn't it?
No, but really, like, what is this little layer?
I think. Well, it's a layer of prawn toast, but it's not in like a club sandwich, I think. So it's in 3 layers.
Oh my God.
And it's dipped in, I think you're absolutely on the money. Some kind of like, I think salt and vinegar powder
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
mixed with tahine.
Yeah.
It like explodes in your
Ding,
mouth.
ding, 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 ding. If you are on tour, like you've just done a European tour, right? You're in the middle of it.
Yeah.
When you're going to a certain city, like choose that city where you know you've got to go to that restaurant.
In London, the places I always kind of go back to and like is Barafino, of course.
Barafina's
Oh
my
my God.
favorite. No, I just so fun. Do you love it?
Yeah, just to sit at the bar. And again, that's food FOMO.
Yeah.
When you see what they're creating or making and then serving, I'm like, I want that, I want that, I want that.
There's a philosophy with Barafino that you just have your 3 key things from the menu and you just order off the black box.
See,
yeah.
this is, I need these rules
Yeah.
when ordering.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we just go off the
Yeah.
rails.
Yeah.
And
But going off the rails and something like that, you're still safe.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be fine.
And River Cafe. Oh.
I went last week. It was
Oh.
it's just great.
Yeah.
Have you been?
So, yeah, for
Yeah.
my birthday, remember? Yes, you made
hooked
the
it up.
reservation.
And
That
then
was
we went to
amazing.
a place, I took you to a place that I actually love a lot, which is called
Bocco
de...
Bocca di Lupo.
Yes, I like that place
That
a
was
lot.
the
Yeah.
best steak I've ever
I got
had in my
engaged at
life.
Bocca di Lupo.
Oh, you did?
Ooh.
I always,
Yeah.
but I ended up going there and I crossed the street and had ice cream before I
The gelato place. It's so great.
then-
These are all great shops.
And I think this one might be closed now, but like one restaurant that really changed like the way I look at food forever is Locanda Locatelli. So,
I love it.
but I think they
Giorgio.
closed, right?
They have closed, but
Yeah.
Giorgio he'll
Yeah.
never close. He's
But-
opened something in one of the art galleries.
Okay, I have to
But-
go. So Giorgio Locatelli's cookbook called Made in Italy
Yeah, it's
changed
brilliant.
my way of thinking of food forever. Because before that, I love Italian food, and you made a risotto or whatever, and you would look at how to make it, but it didn't say like that was it.
Yeah.
Just do this, do that. But he would actually write like 5 pages of why you should let the rice get warm before you add the wine. Otherwise, the risotto will have.
It's actually giving you real technique.
Yes, he's
and
telling.
really,
Yeah.
And also in technique, not just from a Michelin star chef, but probably from his mum.
Yes.
Or his grandma.
So yeah, and this is
The
it. Like
real
it's
teacher.
not about the recipes in that book. It's about the techniques.
Is there a synonymous thing, do you think, with the Swedes and like alternative stuff? Because when I think of all my Swedish food friends, they're all heavily into music. Like heavily.
Yeah, I think it's connected. Yeah. And I think here's this. So the music scene loves the restaurants.
Yeah.
And the restaurants
scene
love
loves
the music scene. So they
populate itself.
they just, like, we go good together. It's a good
true.
marriage.
And as you said, it's like having the same kind of person.
Yeah.
It breeds the same kind of person. It really does.
Also, I think what is more of a recent phenomenon that I found is that people sort of get tired of meeting at bars. I'm finding this with my friends. We'd rather meet at a nicer restaurant and talk
Yeah.
and have a slower experience than going to a bar, which is fun.
Yeah.
It serves
But do you think that's our age? Sorry.
May I have another drink, please? Yes, of
Check,
course.
please.
Yes.
Wait.
There we go.
With the beef
Lovely.
down in the middle is okay.
Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, we're sharing.
Yeah.
Oh my
everything.
God.
Good, good. This is rump cap here, and this is beef cheek.
Yummy.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
That's our mutual ingredient. I feel like between Sweden and England, we have horseradish.
Oh yeah.
Do you not
Yeah,
think so
yeah,
much?
we do. Yeah.
That's our mutual.
But what do you
Is
think?
that your mutual ingredient?
What do you call it in
I
English?
don't want to know what your mutual ingredient is.
Love.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
love for a second?
Of course.
You guys just got engaged.
Yes.
Which, for the record, I am so angry with Matt about.
I'm sorry,
I was
Matt.
like, me and Matt have been together for almost 4 years, and I was like, I never got.
Hey Matt, are you
Matt.
listening?
Okay, so we have our proper roast here. I mean, it's slightly more, the great word you used earlier, very 2025 is elevated.
Yeah.
This is some porchetta, which is roast pork. That it's kind of both the loin and the belly,
All the
with
good stuff.
all of the f***ing great crispy crackling. This is called the rump cap, and this is the ox cheek.
Okay.
Right, so this is a braise. This is served pink. We've got these crazy roast potatoes, which have also got that tang. For the beef, we have horseradish. For the pork, you have applesauce, and then tons of gravy.
Oh my goodness.
Tons of gravy is always a thing. So these are what are unusual for a British.
Oh
So
my
these are
God.
roast potatoes, right? You've got to have a roast potato. But these ones are sort of, I think they're covered in like, have you ever had the chips, the crisps?
Seasoned salt?
Yeah.
So these ones are like, I think, hang on. They taste a bit like barbecue beef crisps.
Oh my God.
They've tossed them in like a beefy, like,
So
Hang on.
good.
you can have that, by the way. We'll give you, one of
Is
you
it-
take that.
Oh, thank
Pour
you.
that over.
It's the best porchetta I ever had.
Wow!
It's so good.
Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it.
It is really delicious,
Oh
right?
my God.
Well, you could see it was going to be from a mile off.
Yeah. Make sure to get some of that crispy bits.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's too good.
It is f***ing delicious, isn't it?
I'll have some more.
Musicians have this funny thing, if you don't know. They have like a time where they will not eat before a show.
But it's also nothing worse than being like full of playing a show.
I mean, I
It's
can't
horrible.
imagine. Have you ever
It's-
done that? Like, got on
Yeah, yeah.
stage, like,
It's
"Whoa."
horrible. No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
So I usually try to stay away from food like probably like 4 hours before. Show.
Yeah, 4 hours?
Yeah, I have to.
That's,
It used to be 2.
Yeah.
It used to be 1, and it was 2, and I was 4.
yeah.
Yeah, but I suppose once you've done it once and you are literally up to your eyeballs.
And then we have on the right here, it's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
that's one of my questions.
No,
What
but
is on your
it's a
right?
bad thing. But we have like pizza, like fresh hot pizza, walking off stage, and then we have warm pizza
Smoking
waiting for us.
pizza.
Yeah.
Heaven.
And I tell you what, like after 1.5 hours on stage, sweating,
Yeah.
and like having a slice of like a regular pepperoni slice.
Yeah, perfect.
It's heaven. Yeah, it's heaven.
Because the thing is, it's not like getting out of the gym and
No,
doing an hour and a half
no.
in the gym. You don't
No.
want your like rice and steak. You
Yeah.
want your greasy pepperoni
So I
pizza.
think a slice of pizza after the show that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't get any better than that.
It is
It
funny
must-
though how much it's like a common conversations musicians will have
Yeah.
is, well, how long do you
exactly.
stop eating
Yeah.
before a show?
Yeah.
Like it's a very
Yeah. Do you have something on your rider?
I always have to have tortilla chips and salsa.
That's a good
And you know what? The only place they actually didn't give it to me was Mexico.
Oh my God. Do you guys smoke at all or anything?
No,
No.
never did. I do this.
Yeah, like tell me about this because I feel like every time I see you, I've been too shy to ask you about it.
Very Swedish.
No, it's Swedish. It's called snus.
Yeah.
So it's just like it's tobacco, and you just put it on your lip.
And is it something that you just have done since you were a teenager?
Yes,
Like,
it's 13 now.
are you 30-year addiction?
I quit for like 7 years, and then I woke up one morning. It's like I better start again.
I really like it. I hate
I
it when you like something and they make you
I
wanna
should stop, but I really love this.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best. I'm sorry. It's so hard to.
Have you tried it?
No.
No, it's too scary. Half of me wants to have a go, and the other half of me is petrified of it.
I have enough vices at this point.
Well, exactly. Everyone else in rock and roll seems to be sober at the moment, and it's delightful that you guys aren't.
No, but that's why I think
Everyone. Are any of your band sober?
Huh?
Are any of your band sober?
No.
No.
But I think
well,
that's
I'll
why
talk about that.
A lot
That's
of
interesting.
people started getting into food, honestly,
Yeah.
because drinking is like
Yeah.
I actually stopped drinking on tour though.
You do stop drinking at all?
Yeah.
Good. That's interesting.
I drink when Kate's with me, but
Yeah.
it's probably better.
it's easier. You kind of get
it's,
used to
it's
it.
too easy to get like you start drinking for no reason otherwise.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's just too easy because then you start to question.
Yeah.
It's like, am I looking forward
Yeah.
to the drink or to the show?
Yeah.
And that's a slippery.
slippery slope.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And also, like at 30 years on, there has to come a point where it's like, where are we going with this now? I've proved my point.
Exactly. And also, like,
And you
can
miss
see-
out of all the lovely delicacies of life, right?
Exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's fun to drink.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like choose your moments.
You want to keep going? Do you
No,
want that?
I have to
Thank
stop.
you.
Yeah, I have
so
to
good
stop.
now.
Because like licking the plate. We can come back for seconds later on. We can do maybe another round.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that in the morning and slice it up on your f***ing sandwich?
That's what we do downstairs.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like pudding though?
I do.
I do love pudding. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's funny, I always find it interesting how boys actually love pudding.
And my thing is ice cream actually.
So you got to get do you like
The
mint
mint-
chocolate chip?
That's what
I think that's
That's
the one.
kind of what I was
You can
thinking.
have, I think people were like, we've got to get it.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the fried whiskey pie as
Yes.
well. And they're famous for the layer cake, but we don't have to eat it. You can always take it away.
Hook it up.
I also
Yeah?
like that there's an option for the takeaway.
I know.
Because there's nothing like eating and then having the dessert at home.
Oh, yeah, in your hotel
No,
room.
but at St. John's yesterday we
Yeah.
get the Madeleine.
Oh,
the
this was
Madeleine,
like,
that's
And then
different.
and it comes with 6 Madeleines and then you get a bag.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then when we got home last night.
oh my God.
Heaven sent.
Yeah, it was like, they're like, oh, you might need this.
Yeah.
It was so thoughtful.
Yeah.
And that's what I love.
Yes.
Yes.
He's right here.
Well, I think, okay, I'm going to take over here.
Yeah,
We're going to have a mince pie and then the chocolate soft serve, mint chocolate chip soft serve. And then can we get a takeaway layer cake, please?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And can I have what's a good little
Aperitif.
Yes.
Can you make 3 amaretto sours? Yeah. It's
you.
sweet and it's f***ing delicious.
I like the suffering a bit
I like
because
the
there's
suffering.
something actually that makes me feel like I'm dressing up. I know it's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
There's
Because
the
he's a-
torture chamber.
I love it.
There's a sexy torture chamber.
Because
But you can wear heels. I mean, your heels are really something.
you get used to it, but they're not that tall.
And you're on stage on heels.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you go nuts. I mean, as a performer, we must talk about you. You are beautiful and elegant and graceful, and you hold yourself so well.
you.
And then you go on stage and you're like, what the?
It's the only
She's
time
wild.
I don't care what I look like. I care what
Yeah.
I sound like, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's the true, it's like the liberation of, because we're conditioned to care.
Yes.
And also like, I enjoy caring, but it's like, I don't care what I look like. Every photo of me on stage is like,
Yeah,
horrible,
but it's punk rock. That face doesn't matter.
No.
Your aesthetic is just like letting the go.
Yeah.
You rolling around your crowd with a mic that's like rolling around with you. Not this mic, different one. Oh God, that was quite a you joke.
I'm the after hours.
Yes.
No, but I think that's the liberating part is that it's so enjoyable to not care.
It is true. I wish I got there.
You are.
I'm still not there. I'm anxious about everything.
It's okay to care. It's fun to care. Like I love getting dressed. Like that's fun. So it's not. It's just sometimes when it's tiring and it's laborious, and it's like the corsets and all of it. Sometimes it's just like I want to unzip my fucking dress and like breathe.
The corset is a different. What's the word where it sort of stands for something?
Yeah.
Feminine and powerful.
Yeah.
And in control.
And no breathing.
And wanting to die. And busting ribs.
It's an illusion. I think I do. I honestly, it's because I'm very much a tomboy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and so like I dress very feminine to balance it. Because if I didn't, I feel like I don't want to be one of the boys. I don't want to be mistaken.
No.
So I think I dress ultra feminine to throw that off.
Were you a tomboy as a child?
Yeah.
Yeah,
very much so.
So I would never wear a dress. But then even my mum, she always thought I was going to potentially even be trans.
Yeah.
I used to tell her when I was about 4 years old that I had chopped my willy off. And she'd be like, what the There is literally no other Kate Clover.
Yeah.
And you know, when I discovered you, I was like, this is...
You should probably put a cake clover on the menu, right?
Yeah. You know, we eat clover.
I'll have the cake clover, please.
I have the cake clover.
Again.
How do you eat it?
What, cake clover?
No,
I'm going to ask Mike that.
No, so guys, so here's what you do.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just like, Have you never had one of these?
No.
You've had a sour, right? An amaretto sour.
Amaretto sour, yeah. I love amaretto.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's kind of like... It's a big pudding in a glass, right?
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's
Cheers,
basically
these non-beer.
cheersies. Isn't that delicious?
You don't even need dessert.
Yeah, that's how I would, and my I don't really eat pudding. This is
My
how I
mom would have amaretto straight out of the glass,
yeah.
and it's like, I love the taste.
But the thing that the second you mix it with lemon, it becomes cherry.
Yeah.
You're right. You taste that.
That's why I was like, what is it? What's
So it's literally amaretto, lemon, and a bit of sugar syrup and some egg white. And you mix it. Normally they put maraschino cherry in.
What's the booze? Vodka?
No, just amaretto.
That is
Oh, yeah, yeah,
delicious.
it's just amaretto.
amaretto.
That's like a dessert in itself.
That is delicious.
Oh, so good.
This is dangerous.
That's too good.
I know
Mince
my
pie.
that's like flaky and
What's it called? Minced pie?
Mince pie. So it's minced meat, which isn't actual minced meat. It's basically a load of fruit. It's cured
Oh my
with
God.
lard or like
It's so...
brandy, and then you have it with custard.
so
It's
good.
like an apple pie from McDonald's, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kate Clover,
yes.
Mike Vigilante. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me. I feel like we're going to carry this on afterwards.
Yeah, I mean,
this isn't over.
This drink isn't done.
But thank you so much. That was literally the
you.
funnest messy lunch we've done to date.
Thank you.
Literally so great. Thank you for having
Thank you.
me.
Thank you.
No, that's
Thanks for
not.
having
Thank you for having me.
So we're gonna go do the dishes then, right
Yeah.
now. Yeah, come on.
Straight out.
Yeah.